Good afternoon. The first thing I want to say is this. If you put your personal business on YouTube, you are fair game. If you put your personal business out on YouTube, you are fair game. You have to take the good with the bad, whether you like it or not. It should be expected. So I'm comfortable talking about Mr. Holleman because he put his business out there on Front Street to be criticized. Some will be positive, some will be negative, and some will be true and dead on the money. I stated in the thumbnail that Brazil was right for putting Austin Holleman out. He was making all the women in Brazil appear to be 304s. Brazil's economy is based on the oldest profession in the world. That doesn't mean that they want to put it out there in such a manner. And to go back to what I began to say at the beginning, not all women in Brazil are 304, or do they want to be? Some will make beautiful housewives, and that's what they aspire to be. When a man approaches them, they take it that there is an interest in them other than sexual desire. That's what they believe. And even if you tell them otherwise, they may still believe that they can turn you around. That if they present themselves to you as good marriage material, that you will see their value and act accordingly. That's the way women function. So you can't use this as an excuse where they all see me travel around the world so they know what I'm about. That's not necessarily true. Every woman you date, that Austin Holleman date, does not know what he's about and are not looking at his YouTube channel or know anything about him. So don't try to, so he should not try to cover up his infidelities, his preying on women that are marriage material on a lie that they know who I am. Kind of like this, it's kind of like the story of the snake that was freezing and the old woman took it in and then she warmed it up, fed it, made it healthy, and then it bit her. And then it said, well, it's your fault. You knew I was a snake anyway. That excuse does not give him carte blanche to go around to these different countries and dating these women under a false impression. Like I said, you can tell a woman one thing, but her heart will tell her something else if you treat her appropriately. And you know that. And he knows good and well that he's out there trying to seduce women and leave them. And he knows this. And he knows that they are looking for more in that relationship. So let's not be goofy. Now, the major point I want to make is this. He has no right putting down women in America because they want to use black men. Because he's going all over the world using black men, using black women, white women. It doesn't matter. He's using them all. So he doesn't, so all this stuff about black women, this, black women, that, all he's doing is looking for easy women. That's all he's doing, is looking for easy women that are gullible, that he can hit and quit and go to the next country. And that is all he's about. He's not looking for marriage. He's already stated that. So you can go, you don't have to go out and eat take women out to eat. You're just taking advantage of women, and what you're doing is turning good women into 304s. You're not helping the situation. So in my opinion, what he needs to do is stop talking about people complaining about him. Because first of all, you're putting yourself out there on Front Street. Secondly, everybody knows what you're doing. You're just going around looking for women that's going to treat you with the respect that a woman should treat a man with, and then you're going to be a snake and run off and leave her, knowing that that was not her intent. Some it may be their intent, some is not. At the end of the day, you can take this away, he can take this away he wants to take it. But I'm just telling the truth. If you going out and you're just dating women for sex, then you are exactly what some of the women in this country have described some black men of being, because you're just looking for women that you can use for sex. And some women in America that you're complaining about, they want to use you for money. So hey, as far as the way I see it, you may as well, for what you're paying to travel, you may as well pay some of these women here for sex. It would be no different. Might even be a little cheaper. But then you wouldn't get to travel. Definitely wouldn't get to make the money off of YouTube. Walking around here just dating women for money. But in the end, my point is this. Don't get upset when people call you out on what you're doing. But then again, you can get upset. But it don't matter. You put your business on Front Street, people have a right to judge you because you're putting yourself out there like that. 2, don't try to set yourself up as some kind of man's man when you are out there taking advantage of women that are looking for a husband, women that are naive, that will fall for your BS. And then you say you telling them one thing, nobody knows what you're telling them but you and them. And nobody knows what's going on in their heads, not even you. Because a lot of women, they think that if they're a good woman, they can change a man. But the reality of the situation is, a good man cannot be changed. And secondly, a man who, if all you want in life is sex, you're not much of a man. Because there's much, much more in life than having sex. It's better to have a good woman that's got your back. That's priceless. Like and subscribe if you agree.